With the stage as famous as Old Trafford to play upon, it wasn't long before George Best, the boy from East Belfast, was winning awards and making headlines for all the right reasons. Even in a team which boasted legendary stars such as Bobby Charlton and Denis Law, it was Best's genius which stood out.
One thing I will say about him, he was a complete player. Because he had pace, he could pass a ball, he could fight for a ball, he could jump for a ball. In one game against Chelsea, Chopper Harris had brought him down, and as George was down, he pushed himself back off the ground, and the ball still in control at his feet. He rounded Harris, lifted his head and he looked round the net.
In 1968, he was crowned European Footballer of the Year.
That goal he scored against Benfica, the one where he jumped even up between the two defenders and headed it down. It was the second leg of the semi-final. Matt had told him to go out and play it a bit defensively for the first 20 minutes, get yourself settled down. But one of the papers reported that George must have heard him because he scored 2 in the first 7 minutes.
George Best reached the height of his fame as a footballer in 1968 when he helped Manchester United to beat the mighty Benfica in the final of the European Cup. On that euphoric night at Wembley, no one suspected how quickly it would all turn sour.
George was his own person and he did his own thing, and you could never have tried to dictate to him what to do. I mean, he was an alcoholic. He had huge problems overcoming it. He tried everything, in my opinion, humanly possible to overcome it. And yes, I used to get a little bit frustrated with him, a little bit angry with him, but by the same token I used to get equally frustrated with the press because they latched on to every little story which they could, and they blew it out of all proportion. Everything was front page news when it came to George.